So we're starting the Northern California BDR tomorrow. This is how it's going. If you've never heard of a backcountry discovery route before, they are off-highway routes for adventure and dual-sport motorbikes put together by a non-profit organization. The Northern California BDR is the latest in over a dozen routes. It starts in Mammoth Lakes, California and heads north, covering 940 miles of mostly off-road all the way to the Oregon border. In 2022, some friends and I rode the Idaho BDR. While there were some mild challenges, overall, everyone had a great time. Last year though, those same friends and I struggled through some sections of the Oregon BDR, and ultimately the group gave up on it, deciding that it was better suited to smaller, lighter weight bikes, not the larger adventure bikes that we were on. When they announced that the NorCal BDR was big bike friendly, we hoped we might be able to relive some of what we experienced in Idaho. So in this series of videos, the four of us set out to ride the Northern California BDR from start to finish, not only to document just how big bike friendly it is, but this time to hopefully keep our group of new to relatively average adventure riders in one piece. Alright, good morning everybody. So, this morning we are in Mammoth Lakes. That over there is Peter on the T7. We are heading to meet up with Morgan and Mike, and we are going to be starting the Northern California BDR today. I didn't record much of the ride down really, I just kind of wanted to focus mainly on the actual BDR ride, but we had I guess it was kind of eventful. Peter had a flat yesterday, his tube just completely separated. He had to get a new tube, but it was 4th of July yesterday, so we were concerned not much would be open. Turns out there was a shop that was open and he was able to get it all sorted out, and so far so good. Today we'll be doing section 1. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see how far we go. Section 1 is supposed to be about 90 miles. We're going to meet up with the others, and we'll hit it shortly. So, got the new kind of like off-road setup with my soft bags. Really enjoying them. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, 4 Canadians tackling the Northern California BDR. But Peter behind me, this is going to be his first BDR. He was supposed to come with us on the Idaho BDR a few years ago, but he fell and broke his wrist right before. I've got the Bridgestone AX41s. Obviously, they're a bit more of a dirt-oriented tires, so those have been great. And then this new helmets, which so far so good. One thing I'll definitely recommend, don't get a brand new helmet and then go on a road trip the next day. I don't know why I didn't think about that, or now it's super comfortable. The first day, after like a few hours, I was like, oh my god, get this thing off of me, what have I done? But no, it's actually quite good. Flows a lot of air so far, and lots of really cool features. It's the Touratech Aventuro Carbon. I'm kind of comparing it against my Arai XD4. Yeah, so far so good. Just, break it in before you leave. I've never done that before, and I was paying for it the first day. Here we are. Hey, that's not too shabby bad. My goal is to get home uninjured and unbroken as best as possible.
It's only like a couple clicks away.
Okay. Yeah.
But, I just don't want to be a hero and get out of my day grade.
Well, let's see how it goes. All right. And we are off. Okay, so up in front, we've got Morgan. He's on I didn't see if it was a 7 or an 890. A 7 or 890, one of the two. Next up, we got Mike standing there on his Honda CB500X, and then, you know, Peter on the Minaret T7. And then I'm still on the trusty KTM 1190. So I guess I got the big boy for the trip, but I'm sure we'll do fine. Morgan is already talking about doing some of the advanced sections. I know that this is Pete's first run. I think he wants to just kind of get in and get his feet wet. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. All right, so they said this was a advanced section, but not an expert only section. So looking a little ruddy, but not bad. Just gonna give the other guys a little bit of space here, so I'm not using too much dust. This is kind of fun. How's it looking already?
It's not that deep, but I'm good to go. But we can bail on now, is what I say.
Pete, completely up to you, man.
I guess I don't wanna press you into something you're not comfortable.
How is it? Is it pretty steep?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, are we turning around then?
Sounds like we're
Okay. All right, so yeah, we're opted to turn. It's right away, a little bit of steep stuff, a little loose, and definitely I want to make sure the other guys get warmed up first. It looks doable, but I definitely don't want to pressure other guys into it right away and then bail. I'd have memories of Idaho where it would just be too much too fast too quickly.
I'm okay with the first part, but
No, that looks steep. Be one of those you'd like head up, weight back, drag your rear brake, and you'd slide around a little bit. Yeah. It looks a lot harder than it is.
I want to do that right off the bat.
I totally got you, man. Yeah, I hear you. I don't think that's a great way to start things out for us. If everyone was super confident, I'd say, yeah, let's go for it. Just want to have some fun. Ride some off-road trails, see some views. Just keep in mind, this is Pete's first ever BDR and like hasn't done a ton of off-road. So I want to make sure he's enjoying himself. That's kind of the goal. I kind of assumed we were gonna skip most of the optional sections, but I do like that one's right there. All right, so we are now on the main route, not the advanced section. So just bypass that first section. This is looking already significantly easier, a little more hard pack. What is this now? My fourth, I guess. I've done Washington, Idaho, I mean parts of Oregon. I haven't done all of Oregon, that's for sure. And then now this one. Out of those, definitely Idaho was the easiest, but I actually really liked it. Like it was a lot of fun. A Miata down this trail, okay. And the views from Idaho were phenomenal. So I'm hoping we're going to get a bit more of that. So far, these new tires are tracking well. I like these. I do like the vehicles we're running into down here. Alright, so far, a little bit of loose stuff on the top, but a couple whoops, little ruts here and there like this, but so far, pretty straightforward. Bit of a maze in here as far as the amount of turns and things like that, but we're going pretty chill speeds here. It might be just the nature of routes further south is that they're going to have a little bit more dust in the air, a little bit more dust on the trail because it doesn't get the same amount of rain. Peter's doing well. Almost gave him the commentator's curse there. I'm curious about if they'll ever come out with a proper rating system for these BDRs. They kind of actively are trying not to, from what I can gather. So far, I'd put Idaho at the easiest from the ones I've done.
Almost got it there though.
Yeah, I saw.
I got into that spot and I thought it was hard. Wow, it went flip like this right in the middle of really loose.
Yeah, I think a little more space when we run into those things between us will help. That way we can carry some momentum.
Look behind in my mirror, and you were just appearing out of the three dust clouds. It's not going to fall off though, because it's got a nylon nut on it. I thought that was the rider.
A nut in nylons is very different than a nylon nut. I don't know if I tagged it coming up there. I don't think I did. Bit of a loose hill, and a couple, just kind of like bogged down a little bit. But I think we just need to give a little bit more space. As I was coming up there, kind of let off some speed because I was running into some people, and then tried to get back on it, and it just wants to like sink. The track is pretty easy. It's just this loose stuff up top. Like I felt like my front end was just dancing all over the place going up that hill. Glad to hear I wasn't the only one struggling. Misery loves company. Oh, and there's one down. Yeah, I can see.
There it is.
Yeah, this is some soft stuff, that's for sure. Okay, ready, 3, 2. Keep going. There we go. You okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
5. What's the gun?
I wouldn't be too upset, man. The front on mine's been skating around all over the place. It's bound to happen. Everything look good?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just getting the hang of it.
All right, well, first one out of the way. It's the nice part, fun part about riding sweep. You get to see all the action, I guess, but you'll have to do all the lifting too. Yeah, definitely feeling the front dart around quite a bit. Gotta get used to it again. Just like the last time I did any real off-road was in Peru. Didn't like that. So yeah, did that first section. Not bad. It's, like I said, got a little bit of loose stuff. If you're halfway competent, I think you'll be fine, as we all were. Yeah, alright, so 11 o'clock. I didn't catch what time we left the viewpoint there. It's weird thinking I'm coming to the end of my year off here. I'll have to sort out what I'm going to do, if I'm going to keep making videos or not. I'd love to be able to. So just a very quick stop there at the lake, and then we realized we're right near the Whoa Nelly Deli, which I have been to before, and it's like 15 minutes away, so we're just gonna head straight there and grab some lunch. I'm glad I chatted with Morgan. He's like, yeah man, like that road we were doing like on the island, I'd have no problem. It's so loose here. I'm like, oh good, it's not just me. Because typically that would be like I said, like riding along in like 3rd, 4th gear, kind of what I'm doing now. But even this is like a little looser. Beautiful spot though. Wow. These roads are a lot softer than we're used to, where, you know, that same road on Vancouver Island, you just fly down it. And we're back. Quick stop at the Whoa Nelly Deli. I think we should have just had snacks down by the lake now that been and done it, but it was nice. Got to run into a couple of guys up there and we were chatting bikes and travel. Now anytime someone runs into me 5 years ago, they would be saying, hey, have you seen Long Way Round with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman? I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely, love them. Now these days, everybody, do you know Nora Lee, Itchy Boots? I'm like, yep, absolutely. It's funny how that transition has happened. Sometimes I get people that aren't even into bikes, and they come up and they ask me about that, and I'm like, that's awesome. Anyway, back on the dirt here. This is a little more what I'm used to. A little hard pack with the occasional little thing to watch out for, but not bad. It's getting warm. It's funny, it's saying only 33 on the bike, but and it's definitely shooting out some heat. Nice area though, Mammoth Lake. So we're on the road to Bodie now. Some little like ghost town, I gather. I think Greg was telling us that like it was an old gold town. Anyway, this road's not too bad so far. A little bit of dust and hard pack, but kind of a cool little area riding in amongst the hills like this. I love stuff like this, man. Yeah, so there's Bodie, this little like mining town. We opted not to stop, just it's a little warm, and it looks pretty full. All right, and there's our climb out. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like if I was with the truck and I could just park everything and then walk around, I would totally go check it out. It's different riding on the bike, you know, different exploring. Like I feel like it's more the route that's the exciting part. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh, we've stopped. We have to pay our $8. Well, that's cool. Sometimes I wonder if I was born in the wrong decade, you know? Wrong decade, wrong century, you know? Same. Potato, potato. All right, a little climb out. Climb out. It's funny, I feel like I can't get an in-between accent. Climb out, climb out, climb out. It's either I'm from Canada or I'm from Texas. Got a little bit of a rough road up this way. Maybe I'll bend my rim back. Yeah, solid climb up. Kind of fun. Oh man, what a cool spot though. Look at this. You know, man, this is fun. I will say, taking the truck down this road would be a piece of cake. What a crazy year off this has been. Ooh, a little creek crossing. Looks nice and easy. Oh, that's nothing.
So after that, you're just like looking at legends.
Indeed. Oh, there we go.
No big splash for me, sorry. That was a wrist buster.
Oh yeah?
Downhill.
Yeah. You're feeling it? And that was the one you broke before? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Peter, I don't know how you're going to take this, but with your helmet on, you look a lot like Paul.
He does. We should abuse him like Paul. Oh, I'm getting tired.
All right, well, we're almost there.
I'm tired.
Good fun. All right, yeah, so we're off again. And in a bit of elevation. We were just commenting that we haven't really run into anybody. You know, like it's maybe people were scared off by the heat, but it's not been terribly hot up here. It's actually quite nice. And then the route, not too bad. I would say there's a couple spots where you just gotta watch it. What I'm seeing so far, but nothing hairy. It's just that little bit of like dust on the top. Nothing super steep and gnarly, and the loose stuff on top isn't that deep, so you might get a tiny little wobble, and then it seems to be hooking up for me anyway. But yeah, Pete's leading. I like that. And this rear brake, oh my goodness, it's so hooped. Like that's like not pressing down fully, but it's bottoming out. Yeah, Mike's saying after this first section, he's like, okay, I'm ready to call it. Like, not call it completely, but like find a spot to hang out. I'm fine with that. Just rolling the hook up a little bit. Just for the torque of the big bike can work against you a little bit. Ah, but it's so much fun. That was a fun climb. Enjoyed that. Look at this. Along this ridge here. I like this. Look at that, hey? I do love that Mike does this on his 500X. He loves that bike, man. Well, I think we are coming towards the end of section 1 here. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was good views. A couple fun sections. Not bad. Not bad. So we just had some refreshments at this brewing company. Really good. And we got the intel. There's 2 hot springs to go to. A one to go to apparently is Buckeye. So Big Meadow Brewing. Lovely. But yeah, Buckeye Hot Springs. So we're heading there tonight. So section 1, I'd say it has light sandy sections. Light. Could you drop it? Of course you could. You could drop it on pavement. But so far, would I call it big bike friendly? Yes. Yes, I would. I would say big bike friendly. Overall, it was fun. There was a couple really fun climbs out the end, and I really enjoyed that. There was one sandy climb that was a bit rough, that I think had I not had people in front of me and I could just keep on the power, it'd have been okay. So now, hot springs and camping? Oh, I can't wait. Pete's bike is struggling to get into first. I'm just going to try to get it into town. And then we'll start section 2 here in a minute, hopefully.
Just your blanket just broke.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, that's busted.
Oh, shoot, it is too. Dang. Uh-oh. Yeah, this one's a little more rugged, hey? You okay? Ooh, man, yeah, that's a good hit. Shoot. It's gnarly by comparison, for sure. Man.
Drag me to my knees.